Our class is about the general awareness. General awareness. General awareness means we must have the awareness regarding about our environment and our surroundings. Okay, we must have the conscious about our environment or the surroundings regarding the history, political science, economy, like that, science and technology. Okay, this is the basic syllabus for every competitive exam. Basic syllabus. General awareness is different from the general knowledge. Okay. If we come into the details of the political science, okay, this is our first subject, that is the political science. After this one, we will go into the details of the second subject, that is history. After that one, economy. After that one, science and technology, like that. Okay. Now, come into the details of the political science. Mainly, we deal about the 4 chapters. One is the constitution. This is the first chapter. Second one is the central government. And third chapter is the local governments. And the fourth one, that is the basic current affairs. Current affairs regarding the political science. That's it. It's enough. Because I eliminated totally the state government. It is not needed for the central government jobs. It is necessary for the state services. We will go into the very details of the state services, state government. And not only that one, we will go into the details, very details of the local governments also. But for the central government jobs, local government topic is a little bit lesser than the state service. Okay, now come to the introduction of the constitution. That is the first chapter. This chapter consists of mainly a vast syllabus. Constitution syllabus, see once here. One is the basic definition, types of the constitutions, making of the constitution, fundamental rights, directive principles of state policy, and fundamental duties. This is the biggest chapter of the political science, which covers mostly half of the syllabus. Half of the syllabus is covered in this chapter only. So please concentrate this chapter, then everything will be easy for you. That is central government, that is the second chapter. It is very easy because it is the science which we are seeing daily. We know about the parliament, we know about the Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, how the members will be elected, what is the tenure of the members, like that. It is the general topic. State government topic is the general topic. In the same way, local government topic is also a general topic. And not only that one, the current affairs is also a general topic. If we come into the details of this chapter, that is the first chapter, it is a little bit different from those chapters. Okay, first of all, before going into this topic, I want to say political science is not at all a subject. It is a way of life which is given by the government to the common people. Not only to the common people, how the government is dealing or how the people elected the government, the same, both, to and fro. Okay, so this is the chapter which we are seeing daily in our lives. For example, if anyone criticizes me, I have the right to complain about that person. In the same way, I don't have the right to complain about that particular person, because a right to speech and expression is a fundamental right according to Article 19. So, in India, which is the largest democratic country in the world, every person, irrespective of the caste, creed, sex, religion, every person has the right to give an expression or the feelings or the speech of anything. By keeping in mind, we must not touch the feelings of the other person. That is the right to speech and expression according to Article 19. This is the basic topic, or we are seeing daily in our lives. Okay, some director, some film director criticize someone. He has the right to show his expressions. In India, everyone has the right to have the expressions or the speech. Okay, what I want to say is, our constitution provides everything for the people, and not only for the people, for the government. I will tell the basic definition of the constitution, then you will get the complete idea. Okay, now I will tell the definition. Introduction to the constitution. Why? What is constitution? Why it is needed? These are the basic questions in our mind. What is constitution? Why it is needed? Is every country needed a constitution? Without constitution, we can't run the government? Or is a constitution is necessary for the people? Yes, it is necessary. It's a basic law. It is must. It is necessary. Without a constitution, no country will survive. It will survive, but it is not in a good manner. For example, monarchical government. You don't have any constitution. That country has no constitution. What the monarch said is final. He can say anything. Okay, what he said is right, because the country has no constitution. His word is final. Okay, but that country won't survive longer time. Definitely, it will bankrupt. So, constitution is necessary, not only for the government, for the people. In what way? See, I am telling one by one. Constitution is a basic law or the fundamental law. See, by touching one word, I will go into the deeper. Constitution is a basic law or a fundamental law. Basic law means it is the first and foremost primary law. Means everyone in the country, including the Supreme Court, has to obey the Constitution. Including the Supreme Court has to obey the rules and regulations which was prescribed in the Constitution. This is the book. We, each and every person, including the Supreme Court, has to obey the Constitution. I am telling, because of that one only, it is a basic law and it is a fundamental law. See, it's a basic and fundamental law. Fundamental means, I have told you, if a prime minister of a country has to obey the rules of the Constitution, chief minister of a country has to obey the rules of the Constitution, governor has to obey the rules of the Constitution, Supreme Court or the High Courts or anything, including the people, has to obey the rules and regulations which was prescribed clearly in the constitution. So the constitution is a fundamental or a basic law. Okay, this constitution tells each and everything how the government has to work, what are the rules and regulations for the administration of the government. For example, an IAS officer has his own duties and powers. It is clearly explained in the constitution. Supreme Court Chief Justice duties and powers, tenure, okay, salary, each and everything is explained in the constitution. Prime Minister duties, Council of Minister duties, Governor duties and powers, tenure, each and everything is explained clearly in the constitution. What I want to say is, constitution clearly mentions how the government has to work and how the administration has to work. And not only that one, constitution clearly explains what are the rights of the people. It is one of the most powerful weapon in the hands of the people. That is, in the constitution itself, the rights of the people are clearly mentioned in the fundamental rights. Not only that one, welfare of the people is clearly mentioned. That is the DPS, Directive Principles of State Policy. And not only that one, the duties of the people is clearly mentioned. That is the fundamental duties. In simple language, in order to run a country in a proper manner, constitution is needed. Without a constitution, the country will go in different manners. Okay, it paved the path for the right direction. Everyone duties is mentioned clearly, including the people. That is the constitution. What I said is the Constitution of India. This constitution is our constitution. Our chapter is Indian Constitution. We are explaining our constitution, not the American Constitution or the Britain Constitution like that. Our chapter is Indian Constitution. Introduction to Indian Constitution. See, in staff selection commission like these exams, they are going into the details of the basic terminology only. For example, social justice. It's a basic terminology in the preamble of the Indian Constitution. Okay, what is preamble? Okay, which article tells about the preamble? What is the background for the preamble? What are the basic terms in the preamble? They don't want to go into the details of the Attorney General of India or the CAG or the Central Vigilance. Okay, they don't want to go into the very details. Basic, see, if you see the syllabus, clearly they mentioned general awareness about our basic, that is the constitution regarding the political science. Okay, now it is very clear that every country has the constitution. India also has the constitution. We all follows that constitution only. Okay, now how many types of constitutions are there? Okay, types of the constitutions. That is a written constitution and unwritten constitution, and flexible constitution and a rigid constitution. Regarding the physical nature, constitution is of two types. One is the written and another one is the unwritten constitution. Don't write any notes, because these are the online classes. You have more opportunities that you can go to and from, and you will have the recorded videos also. So don't write any notes, because of the writing the notes, the class will be slowed down. Okay. Written constitution and unwritten constitution. Okay. I have already explained the constitution means the rules and regulations or the very important provisions regarding the running of the administration of the government or something. I have explained already. These rules and regulations, if these rules and regulations are written in a certain format, in the form of book, that is the written constitution. Indian, if you see, after this class, go to the search engine and search that one. You will have the constitution, the book of Indian constitution. All rules and regulations are mentioned clearly in that book. So, Indian constitution is a written constitution. Okay. If you come to the unwritten constitution, rules and regulations were not written. Okay, but those rules and regulations will go on the basis of the conventions, customs, usages. It won't be written. For example, England government, Britain government is an unwritten constitution. Unwritten constitution, because in Britain the rules and regulations were not written in the form of book, but they will follow in the form of conventions. Okay, opposition party will have to sit on left side. It is a convention. From long days onwards, they are following that rule. It's a convention. It won't be written in the form of book. That is the unwritten constitution. What I said is, Indian constitution is a written, Britain constitution is an unwritten constitution. But if you go into the very details of the Indian constitution, because our chapter is Indian constitution, Indian constitution is not completely written, not completely unwritten. Majority part of the Indian constitution, that is 90% of the Indian constitution is a written constitution. Only 10%, very minor part, is an unwritten. Unwritten means in the form of conventions, usages, precedences. In that way. For example, for this one I will tell one example. Usually, Lok Sabha speaker and a deputy speaker has to be elected by the members of the Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha speaker and a deputy speaker. These two persons has to be elected by the members of the Lok Sabha. Okay, but in India, this is according to the constitution. Okay, but we are following our convention from the British time onwards is speaker has to be elected by the Lok Sabha, but a deputy speaker chance has to be given to the largest political party in the Lok Sabha. See, in Lok Sabha, that is the people's house. Don't worry, everything I will explain. What is Lok Sabha? How we can elect the people of the Lok Sabha? Okay, how the speaker is elected, how the deputy speaker is elected. Each and everything I will go into the details. So don't worry. What are the terms which I am using now? Because this is the introduction class. Okay, Lok Sabha is there. In the Lok Sabha, speaker will be there, deputy speaker will be there. Okay. Actually, according to the constitution, speaker and deputy speaker has to be elected by the people of the Lok Sabha. But we are following as a convention that the deputy speaker chance has to be given to the single largest political party, which is the opposition party. Largest opposition party will be given the chance. If you observe any state government, speaker will be from the ruling party, deputy speaker will be from the opposition party. In the same way, in the central government, Lok Sabha also. Okay, how the Speaker will be from the central ruling party. Deputy Speaker will be from the opposition party. It is a convention. We are following from longer period onwards. So it is a convention. If we are not following also, no one will ask. No one will ask. For example, BJP breakdown, for example, one political party break down that rule. No one has the right to ask because it is a convention. Okay, the last time some other political party followed it. This time, this political party will definitely follow it. The convention. In the same way, for example, another example. In India, the president, the post of the president has no particular limit. That is, in India, president can be elected many times. The constitution didn't mention anything about the election of the president regarding the number of times. Okay, according to the constitution, there is no rule. President of India can be elected many times, but our people are following a convention. What is that convention? Not more than 2 times. Not more than 2 times. No person in India has the right to hold a post of the president. Not more than 2 times is a convention. In constitution, nothing is mentioned about the number of elections regarding the president post. For example, if I am participating in the election, I become a president. If I become a president, next time I also have the chance to become the president. After that one, for third time, I don't have the chance. Okay, but Constitution didn't tell anything about the number of times. But as a convention, our people, our leaders are following some rule that is not more than 2 times. That's it. Okay, like that. So in this way, I gave only 2 examples. That is the 2 are the best examples. One is the speaker and deputy speaker example, and other one is about the president of India. These 2 are the best examples. Okay, like this, so many unwritten concepts also is there in the Indian Constitution. Okay, so from this one we can tell Indian Constitution is a written constitution, but with some unwritten aspects. It's a written constitution, but with some unwritten aspects. Majority part is a written, minor part is an unwritten concept. What are the unwritten concepts? This is an unwritten concept. And about the President of India, it's an unwritten concept. Particularly this rule. Okay, now come to the flexible and rigid. Flexibility means, from this it is very clear, both are opposite in meaning. Flexible, we can flexibility many ways. Means we can flexible, we can change the constitution as much possible, as many times. That is a flexibility. Rigid means it is strong, we can't change, we don't have the right to change. Rigid means very strong. In the world, the most rigid and toughest constitution is the American Constitution. The most toughest constitution. The most flexible constitution is the England Constitution or the Britain Constitution. Most flexible because it is unwritten constitution. It is very flexible. American Constitution is the smallest constitution. Smallest. Okay. Very small book. Toughest constitution. Toughest. We can't change the constitution. We don't have the right to change a little bit also. If we have the right also, it will take much time. We must have the support of many people. Then only we can change that a single topic in that constitution. For example, in India, Article 31 is a fundamental right. Article 31 means a right to property. Right to property means, for example, if I have 5 acres, it is my right. If the government asks also, I have the right not to give. That is the right to property according to Article 31 in the initial days of the Constitution. In a course of time, Article 31 is removed. Okay, till then it is a fundamental right. Don't worry, I will tell what is a fundamental right, what is a legal right, what is a moral right. Okay, here don't worry about this one. Right to property is a fundamental right. Actually, in the starting stages of the Constitution, it is a fundamental right. But now it is not a fundamental right. It is changed to legal right. What I'm doing is I amended the Constitution. I amended. Amended means changing. Little bit corrections. For example, the four makers of our Constitution, like the B.R. Ambedkar, Allada Krishna Swamy, Jawaharlal Nehru, okay, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, these are the four makers of the Indian Constitution, or these are the makers of the Indian Constitution. They designed the Constitution according to the situation which was prevailing at those times. At those times means in the 1940s. Now the world has changed a lot. We people will think, oh, those constitution is not necessary now. It is the right time to change some of the topics. In that way, so many amendments was made to the Indian Constitution. Amendment means a change. Okay, I told you now. Right to property is a fundamental right according to Article 31. In course of time, right to property was removed as a fundamental right and it is placed in the form of legal right. I will tell what is fundamental right, what is the legal right in course of time. In this way, the Council of Ministers, these people change the Constitution. It is nothing but the amendment. Amendment means changing the Constitution. In India, we can change the Constitution many ways. That is with the simple majority and with the special majority. Simple and special majority. Simple majority means, for example, in a class 100 students are there. 51 students are voted for yes. 49 students are voted for no. Okay, one student is extra for yes. That is the simple majority. One student is enough. In the same way, one legislative member is enough. One legislative member is enough. That is a simple majority. For example, 545 members are there in the Lok Sabha. Half of the 545, more than half. That is one is enough. More than half. That is a simple majority. Special majority is different. In that house, 2/3 members has to support for that law. 2/3 members. Simple majority means half plus one is enough. Special majority means 2/3 is. 2/3 plus. In these two ways, you can change the constitution. In India, the constitution is amended mainly by the special majority only. For in order to change some of the laws, simple majority is enough. So Indian constitution is more rigid than flexibility. If you want to go into the details, Indian constitution is more rigid with some flexibility. If you see the American Constitution is very tough. In order to change a single sentence in the Constitution, it takes very long years. American Constitution was started almost in the 1700 like that. Almost 450 years was gone. Okay, till now, American Constitution was amended only I think 50 times or 60 times like that. More than less than 50 only. Indian Constitution was started like the 68 years, 69 years like that, or coming to 70 years like that, 70 years. But it is amended more than 120 times. That is the difference between American Constitution and the Indian Constitution. In order to amend a single sentence, American Constitution, American people takes much time. But in India, in order to amend a single sentence, it has two ways. One is with the simple majority and other with the special majority. It's clearly mentioned. In order to amend the fundamental rights, special majority is needed. Because in Constitution it is mentioned. If we are the people of the Council of Ministers or the Lok Sabha, if we want to amend the fundamental right, any fundamental right, a special majority is needed, because in the Constitution is clearly mentioned. Like everything will be mentioned in the Constitution. That is the greatness of the Indian Constitution. The one of the best greatness, that is one of the best thing is 368 article is there. 368. In this article, what they said is, at any time, at any cost, the legislative members have the right to change the Constitution. In the Constitution itself, it is clearly mentioned with one article, amendment of the Constitution. Some people will ask in this way, who has given the right to amend the Constitution? This is a divine thing which was given by the fort makers or the king makers of the Indian polity, like the Jawaharlal Nehru, Vallabhbhai Patel. So many people, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, Ambedkar. Those great people has designed this constitution, but who has given the right to you to amend this constitution? As constitution itself has given the right in the article 368. That is the greatness of the Indian constitution. In the constitution itself, with one article, it was given clearly, you can amend the constitution at any time. It is given in article 368. That is the greatness of our code makers. Okay, is it clear? Now we will go into the details. What is a constitution? I have told the types of the constitution. See, in the written format it will be there, or in the unwritten format will be there, and with flexibility and rigidity. In the same way, our constitution comprises of articles. We have seen so many articles. Okay, amendments. Schedules. Okay, parts. Okay, I think you people will be aware of this, all these things. Articles, parts, schedules. Don't worry. Okay, totally the constitution is divided into number of parts. I will go into the details. Okay, don't worry. Number of parts. This constitution is divided into number of parts. Each part will consist of some articles. Each part will consist of some articles. For example, fifth part. Total constitution is divided into number of parts. Each part comprises of some articles. Some extra information is placed in the form of schedules. Okay, what are the changes has to be done are mentioned with a name, that is amendment. First amendment means that is the first change made to the constitution. Second amendment, that is the second change. Third amendment, for example, if you construct a building, okay, if you construct a building, for example, okay, living room is there, kitchen is there, 2 bedrooms are there with 1 master bedroom. After some years, I don't like the master bedroom. I want to change the master bedroom. I want to amend that building. I want to amend that room. I want to amend the article. I want to change the article. See, I constructed a building. 2 bedrooms are there. Living room is there. Kitchen is there. Each and everything is there. Everything is fine. But after 5 years, my building is my constitution. After 5 years, I'm fed up with the master bedroom. I want to make some changes to the master bedroom. Means I want to make some changes to the article which is given in the constitution. I'm comparing a building with the constitution. I'm comparing the master bedroom with an article. I'm comparing the changes to the master bedroom with the amendment to the article. Okay, that is the first amendment to the master bedroom. That is the first amendment to the article. To that article. I want to change Article 20. If I want to change the Article 20, that will be my second amendment. If I want to change 42nd article, that is my third amendment. Like that, if I want to change anything of any part or any article or any schedule of the constitution, that those are nothing but the changes which was given to the constitution, nothing but the, what is amendment? Amendment means changes which was given to the constitution. Is it clear? Is it clear? Okay, like that. So don't worry. Constitution is divided into parts. Parts, again they are divided into articles. See, group of articles consists of one part. For example, fifth part consists of 100 articles. 100 articles are there in the fifth part, which is the largest part of our constitution, which consists of 100 articles. Like that. Okay. I will go in very details of this one. Okay. Don't worry. Up to directive principles, fundamental rights, and fundamental duties only, I will explain about the articles. Article 12 is for this purpose, Article 13 is for this purpose, 14 is for this purpose. Like that, up to fundamental rights, directive principles, and fundamental duties only, I will explain about the articles. After that one, I won't touch the articles. Okay, but I will explain the concept which was given in the articles. You don't want to by heart any article, but we will study all the articles without learning their numbers. If you want to speak very strictly, but about fundamental rights only, I will explain about articles with the numbers. Article 19 is for this purpose, 20 is for this purpose, 21 is for this purpose, like that. After fundamental rights, I won't touch the articles. Okay, for directive principles, I will explain. Okay, from this number to this number is about directive principles. For fundamental duties, for this number to from this number is fundamental duties, like that. After that one, I will go into the central government. I not even touch on single article. It is not at all necessary, but learn the concept. That concept also I will give just the live examples. Enough. Live example. We have seen so many political parties are there. We know about what is the opposition party, what is the ruling party, who is the governor, council of ministers, we know, like that. We know everything because in our daily life, political science is a part. Okay, so from the second chapter, political science is very easy. First chapter also is easy because in this first chapter we will learn what are our duties, what are our rights, like that. Okay. I have explained what is constitution, types of constitution. Okay. In constitution, what are the things considered? That is the articles, parts, like that. Okay. Again, there are types of constitution based on some rules. For example, Indian constitution is Indian government is a parliamentary government. We come into the governments. What is the government? Government is a dynamic in nature. It changes from one political party to another party. Congress government is there before. Now it's a BJP government. Again, we don't know which government will come. It's a dynamic in nature. Okay. But one thing is important here. Indian government is a parliamentary government. Parliamentary type. Okay. We know parliamentary type of government is there. Presidential type of government is there. We know that Indian government is a parliamentary type. What is parliamentary type? What is the difference between parliamentary type of government or the presidential type of government? Give me one example. Parliamentary. India, Pakistan, all these countries are the parliamentary type of government. Give me one example here. Presidential type. US, USA. It's a presidential type of government. What is the difference? The difference is regarding the powers, legislative powers and executive powers. Legislative and executive. That is the difference. Parliamentary, the powers will be in this way. Regarding the legislative and executive, the powers will be fused. There is a fusion of powers. the parliamentary type of system. Okay, there is no fusion between the legislative and executive. There is a basic doubt, that is what is legislative, what is executive, we don't know. Now I will go into the details of legislative and executive. Okay, just remember this point. Again, I will come to this point. If you observe any government consists of three wings. One is legislative, other one is executive, and next one is judiciary. Three organs. Any country, if you go to any country, in one way or the other way, these three wings will be there, or these three organs will be there. In one way or the other way, definitely. Legislative will be there, executive will be there, and judiciary will be there. If you go to any country, these three wings will be there. Okay. Now I will explain. What is legislative? What will be done in the legislative? For example, for this one I will go to the live examples. Parliament is there. In parliament, Lok Sabha is there, Rajya Sabha is there. Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha is nothing but the legislative bodies. See, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha are regarding the central government. If you come to the state governments, Vidhana Sabha and Vidhana Parishad. For some of the states, Vidhana Parishad won't be there. Okay, some exceptions are there. Some states have Vidhana Parishad, some states don't have Vidhana Parishad. Okay. But Vidhana Sabha and Vidhana Parishad are the legislative bodies for the state governments. In the same way, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha are the legislative bodies for the central government. What is a legislative body? Okay, we the people of India has elected these people, Lok Sabha members. Okay, and we place these people in parliament. And these people has the right to make a law. These are the law-making people. Okay, laws are made. Laws are made in the parliament. So, the parliament is a law-making body. It's a law-making body. Legislative means making the laws. Who will enforce those laws? That is executive. Executive will enforce those laws, enforcing the laws. For example, if an IAS officer is there, he will implement those laws. The legislative members of parliament or the state government, that is the assembly members, these people will make the laws at the central government or in the state government. These laws has to be implemented by the employees. Employees are the executive wing. The people who will implement those laws are called as the executive department. The department which protect these laws is nothing but the judiciary. Judiciary means Supreme Court and the High Court has to protect those laws. It is nothing but the judiciary. And finally, what I want to say is, laws has to be made by the parliament. or in the state government means by the assemblies. Okay, this wing is nothing but the legislative wing. And what are the laws which was made by the legislative wing has to be implemented by the executive, like the employees of the state government or by the employees of the central government. From IAS officer to the VROs, or from the state central DGP, state DGP to the home guard. Like that, in any department, the laws will be implemented by the government employees. It is nothing but the executive wing. Okay, if anything happened to those laws, then that laws will be protected by the courts. That is nothing but the judiciary. Adjudication of the laws, the duty of the judiciary. Is it clear? These are three wings. The fourth wing, that is press or media. It is the fourth organ. The fifth one, fifth estate. That is opinion polls. Opinion polls. Fifth one is the opinion polls. Like this, three organs are there. One is for the making laws, enforcement of the laws, and the adjudication of the laws. Okay. Now we will go to the parliament and a presidential form of government. This one only I am explaining now. What is the difference? I have told you that legislative versus executive, legislative and executive. This one I will explain with a live example. If I am an MP, member of parliament, if I am an MP, if my party has given a ministry to me, for example, if I am an MP from Secunderabad, if I am a Secunderabad MP, I will be placed in the parliament, that is in the Lok Sabha or in the Raj Sabha. I am directly elected by the people, so I will be placed in the Lok Sabha. Okay, I am participated from one political party, that is, for example, it is a BJP. So I will be placed on behalf of BJP. Okay. Now the BJP government likes my work, which I have done to my constituency. That is to the Secunderabad constituency. After some days, they have given a ministry to me. That is one ministry, that is a railway ministry. Okay. See, I am a people elected representative. I am the person which I directly elected by the people. Okay. But now I become a minister for the railway department. Did I have any qualification regarding the studies? No, nothing. I have the basic qualification is I am elected by the people. That is my basic qualification. Because of that one, because of my work, the government, that is, for example, it is a BJP government. If it is a BJP government, They gave me a ministry to me, that is the railway ministry. Okay. And people's elected leader, that is a legislative person, has given a power on the executive department. If you observe in India, all the executive departments was headed by the legislative members. For example, police department is a legislative department. Sorry, it's an executive department. It is headed by Union Home Minister at the center. It is headed by State Home Minister at the state level. In the same way, for example, railways, it's an executive department. Executive means it has to enforce the laws. It consists of employees. This department is headed by a legislative member. That is the railway minister. Civil supplies minister. Agriculture minister. These are the executive departments which was headed by a legislative members, both at the central agricultural minister, state agricultural minister, central home minister, state home minister, like that. Okay. We'll go into the details. The time is going up. Okay. In the next class, I will explain the remaining topics. Okay. Thank you.